Triathlon can be a really expensive sport at times, so I'm going to showcase exactly what you need and just the essentials. I'm a student myself, so I know what it's like to be on a budget, so I'm showcasing everything you can need and what you can get on a budget. Let's go. Okay, jumping into the video, I'm going to showcase all the essentials that you need, split it up into 3 different categories. So the bare minimum, stuff that would definitely be helpful, and then maybe a future on goal later down the line. Starting off first and foremost is goggles. Now for anything kind of triathlon related, Facebook Marketplace is your best friend. Places like Vinted, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, just secondhand in general can be a really good place to start, especially if you're on a budget. So starting off goggles, I picked up these from Decathlon for around 20 to 30 quid. You can get any from around kind of 8 quid onwards all the way up to about 40 odd quid. The main thing is just finding some that fit. There are different kind of lenses on them, so just looking out, making sure you're not getting any that are too dark, because a bit like shades on your glasses, you can't actually see too much when it's nice and sunny. So yeah, let's get into the next one. Okay, getting into the next part is having some sort of swimwear. So a lot of people tend to go for something like this, which is a tri-suit. Now this isn't essential, it just can be quite handy to be quite comfortable during the cycle and the run, because it has got padding underneath. Although you can go for something a bit more kind of like swim trunks. I've seen people swimming in kind of just regular shorts, so it's just finding whatever works for you. If you really don't have the money to buy a tri-suit, that doesn't have to be something you get straight away. Maybe it's something you pick up later down the line. The main thing with all of these, like I say, is just the fit, almost more than the actual quality, because if you've got a good tri-suit but it doesn't fit, you're going to have issues on the run, you're going to have issues on the cycle, and you're going to get pains in places that you don't want to get whilst you're having a race. Next on this list is bikes. Now you don't need a fancy bike to get started in triathlon. You can pick up anything on Facebook Marketplace, you can pick up a free bike if you really want to. Just any type of bike, it can be mountain, it can be road, it can be gravel bike, it doesn't really matter, just something to get you started, but you do need a bike to start with. Like I say, Facebook Marketplace is your friend. I've picked up kind of a few bikes, both of these being off Facebook Marketplace. My girlfriend's picked up a bike for about 70 quid or so, and you pick up a really good racer bike for under 100 quid easily. I'm going to make a few videos about getting started with that kind of thing. So yeah, just picking up a bike, even just borrowing something off a family member can be a really good place to start with. But yeah, you do need a bike for this. Now to go alongside your bike, you're obviously going to need a helmet as well. You can either borrow off a friend, or you can pick it up off places like Halfords, Decathlon. Like I say, Facebook Marketplace is a great place to buy something, but something that is trustworthy and has something like MIPS as well, just for added protection. And if you are using a bike that needs cleats as well, I would recommend getting kind of cleats, but if you don't have cleats, that's not a worry at all. You can just use running shoes. It saves you a few minutes in transition. I did my first ever triathlon with running shoes on a bike that just had flat pedals. So I literally just dropped the bike off, already had my running shoes on, and I was able to run straight out. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. And one of the last ones on this list is running shoes. Now you don't particularly need running shoes to get started. It will save your feet a world of pain and also just help you run a bit faster as well. So just picking up any kind of pair of running shoes, you don't need carbon plated, you don't need these fancy running shoes that cost way over 200 quid. Just anything that's kind of cheap, and especially if you're on a budget, picking up something on Vinted. There's loads of shoes that just checking out that they have kind of a good sole on the bottom is the main thing. But yeah, this is definitely something that I would recommend getting. Now, getting into the items of stuff that isn't necessarily essential, but is something that will be really beneficial for you once you start to get going and you get a few more races under your belt. It's something like this. So you've got a wetsuit. Now, if you're not really a particularly confident swimmer, I would recommend getting something like a wetsuit that has a bit of buoyancy, especially towards kind of the torso area, but also mainly your legs, because as this poor swimmer, your legs tend to sink. So if you can have something that raises it, you're able to swim a lot straighter. You feel a lot more comfortable because you have a lot more room to turn to breathe, and your body is just that little bit higher in the water, so it makes you feel a lot more comfortable. I know some people wear kind of shorts, and you can get these kind of wetsuit shorts that maybe is a bit less restrictive. For my first wetsuit, I had one that was a bit tight across the chest, so you can go for ones that are sleeveless, you can go for just shorts, you can go for short sleeves. There's loads to choose from, but yeah, I would recommend as kind of the next thing once you've got all of these basics is looking at a good quality wetsuit
thing with a lot of the triathlon stuff is you buy once and you keep once. So you can buy something expensive because you know it's going to last and it's something you're going to use. Now, next one on the list is a running belt. You don't particularly need a running belt because during these races, if you don't have something like this, which you can pick up from Decathlon or various places like that, you can just pin the number to the front and to the back, so you literally just have it there. Whereas if you have a running belt, you're able to just pin them to these clips here, so they'll just sit on the front when you're running and on the back when you're cycling. They also allow you to store gels and stuff, so it just can be quite useful and saves you the faff. Sometimes the pins fall out, especially once you're swimming and stuff like that. They can come off, and especially yeah, it just makes it a whole lot easier. I picked this up for about 10 quid or so, so it really isn't that expensive. And yeah, you can store gels. You can store about 6 on there, so it is quite useful, and it would be something to get after doing your first triathlon. Now, this isn't necessarily to do with the actual triathlon race itself, but getting stuff like pull buoys, the paddles, fins as well for swimming can be really helpful, and it's definitely helped me improve my swimming time, so it could be something you look at as just something to help towards your triathlon races. Now, you can't use any of these during a race, but it will help you during your swimming, and I would really recommend getting something like that. Like I say, you can pick cheap stuff off Decathlon and just get stuff off Amazon and places like that, but it will really help your swimming times come down quite a bit, and it has helped me knock a decent amount of time off. Now, I can make a huge list of stuff that you could buy, but the main thing, especially if you're just starting off, start with the basics, get the stuff that you just need, and then slowly start to build it. And especially if money's a bit tight, I wouldn't recommend going all in and stuff like that. Just start with the basics, get stuff second hand as your best friend, and once you feel a bit more confident and you know what you're getting into, I wouldn't splash all your money on a fancy bike just yet. You don't particularly need it. Once you start to slowly grow, then you can pick up these things. I mean, I've still got loads of stuff that I want to buy, but I'm just being sensible with money, and so yeah. If you did enjoy the video, please do hit the subscribe, and hopefully there'll be a few more videos like this coming out soon.